Hello and welcome to VGASM. In this episode we're going to be taking a look at a recipe I veganised for one of my first subscribers, Vegan Buddhist. This one, buddy, is for you. Trying to stay as close as I can to a traditional Irish recipe, I have of course used some Guinness Extra Stout and mainly root vegetables. So just going to prepare the vegetables, cutting the carrots slightly thinner as they take the longest to cook, and cutting everything else up nice and chunky. I always split my parsnips in half because the core of these does take a little longer to cook. With the exception of this Swede, I'm leaving the skins on all of the vegetables because the most nutrients are in the skin. I guess you can call this step 2. We're going to be adding the carrots and the potatoes to the pressure cooker, and then on top of those we're going to be putting the parsnip and Swede. Next up, we're going to be adding the garlic, onion, ginger and some chives to a pan and sweating that off to one side. Once that's ready, you can add your pearl barley, pepper, salt and sesame seeds. Then add the lovely Guinness to deglaze the pan. Give it a good stir around to get all those lovely flavours infused into the Guinness and add it to the pressure cooker. We're just going to put 1 pint of water in and cover that with some spinach. Once that's done, you can close the lid and we can get on to step 3, making the herby dumplings. Into a mixing bowl, we're going to put 1/4 cup of suet mix, 1/2 cup of self-raising flour, enough salt to taste. You can also add pepper at this stage if you like. I'm just going to be putting a few herbs in now, and if it needs a few more, I'll add them later. Give that a bit of a stir around just to incorporate the mix into itself, and then add 50 ml of cold water. As you can see here, I'm just going to continue to mix the dough up until it all takes to itself and it doesn't stick to your hand. If it is sticking to your hands, just add a little more flour. At this point I could tell that it needed a few more herbs just to get that lovely herby look, and now we're ready. Break off into balls around the size that you want and put those to one side so we can move on to stage 4. So after roughly an hour and 30 minutes our stew is ready. We're going to let the steam out, let the little doohickey pop down, and we're ready to open it up. At this stage we should be adding my corn flour slurry, but as you'll see I forget to do it because I'm busy filming. So after your corn flour slurry's been added, put your dumplings in. I try to dig a little hole in the stew here just to get them down into the stew as much as possible to enable cooking. Now this is the stage I should have done before the dumplings because it would have made it a lot easier to stir it in. This is going to thicken the stew up really well and give us a nice thick wholesome stew. At this stage I'm adding some frozen peas also. This would have really been easier if I'd have done it before also. So get your slurry and your frozen peas in before your dumplings. After about 20 minutes on the warming function, your dumplings should be fully cooked through and your stew is ready to eat. So that wraps this one up, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up as that really helps the channel. Literally everything else you need to know about this recipe is on my website. Links in the description below.